I'm Susan McPhail, and I'm the director of My Sister's Place, a support center for women who are homeless or at risk of homelessness.
Cass Winter, lead transitional support worker at My Sister's Place.
I'm Trina Orchard. I'm a professor in the School of Health Studies at Western.
Our research project is entitled It's Dangerous Out There and We All Know It, and it's exploring the interpersonal and structural violence in the lives of women who are working on the streets in survival sex work.
Well, from a service perspective, it allows for opening a door to more information to work with, to develop programs and things that would actually work with the women at the place where they're at in their lives and how they would like to progress from there. And just, it allows for more information and a better view of where we need to go next.
I think violence is difficult to talk about. And one of the things we learned from our previous research is that violence is very important, but it has to be managed and approached in a very sensitive way. And so that's what we're focusing on with this project. And another unique thing about this work is that we're interviewing women in sex work, but we're also interviewing service providers. So we're trying to get sort of a more holistic understanding of women's experiences, what service providers are doing currently, and maybe what we can do better together to serve women who are experiencing interpersonal violence, but also violence that is produced by factors that are often out of women's control, things like colonialism, homelessness, poverty, and also just being women. Gender is a huge factor in producing different kinds of violence.
We really appreciate this opportunity to explore this because this is a small, relatively small population of women who are highly marginalized and really pushed to the edges of our communities, often living in the shadows, don't access services, quite isolated, and really at high risk, very much increased risk of mortality and poor health outcomes because of those factors. And yet we also know that the women that we encounter every day, we have 100 to 150 women coming through our doors, and a significant proportion of those women are working in street-involved sex work. We also know that they possess incredible strength and resiliency and wisdom and knowledge that is really important for us to partner with so that we can better understand how in community we can make communities safer and more inclusive for all women.
And it's also great to have a study that focuses on London specific, and then we can get better information on smaller urban centers and how that affects women in general due to violence. And I think that there are more unique issues with that as opposed to larger cities where we get a lot more of the studies out.
Building upon really respectful relationships that we've established with previous research, but also with everyday women coming to My Sister's Place. It's a very safe space, and that's where we conduct all the research and do it in a very respectful way. So women will likely be more, feel more comfortable to speak honestly and openly. And similar to what Cass said about focusing on experiences of women in smaller cities, it's important to want to create change that really reflects the realities of this place and these group of women, because what they do in Toronto is unique to Toronto, Montreal, Vancouver. That's not London. So that's a really unique aspect of the research and really honoring women's lived experiences, as well as those of service providers who work really hard too.
I hope that our research will have impact with policy and procedures, and that it will have far-ranging effects beyond our own community, but will assist other communities like ours to consider how they can better align and partner with women of lived experience.